Hello everybody and welcome to Parks Bros. It's Drew here, and we've got another West Coast Racers construction update coming to you from our great friend John, and this is arguably the biggest one yet. But here we'll start off from yesterday, which was the 27th of August, and you can see the white side was officially topped off. We talked about this in our last update that came out not that long ago. And it's fantastic news that they were able to top off the white side, and it is absolutely incredible to see that part of the coaster almost completed. Now, there was a lot more going on though. There was a lot of concrete being poured around the site, including near the station, and filling out some of that foundation for the station itself, which is fantastic news. They had a couple trenches dug up, ready for some of the preparation for the groundwork that will start to be happening within the next couple of weeks. But here's another huge thing. Apocalypse was testing, and it sent out a good 20 plus test runs, as John was saying, but it was fantastic that Apocalypse has now started testing, and apparently the trains are looking quite great, as you can see right here. So that makes me super excited to hopefully get back onto Apocalypse in around mid-September when Fright Fest starts up. But here's another quick thing real quick, and this involves the old ice cream shop, and it has been completely repainted to a dark gray. It is looking fantastic for sure, and take this in mind. This was yesterday. So they just topped off the white side, they have painted a building, they put some concrete into the ground, and a couple extra things showed up, like the beginnings of a wall. You can see kind of some of that here. You can see that they were piling up cinder blocks for the use of a new wall around what will potentially be the extended queue area, it would seem. But you can see some extra groundwork here. But let's move on to today. Today, the yellow side was officially topped off as well, and it is looking amazing. These inversions look incredible right next to each other, and I cannot wait to experience these inversions. But both sides have been topped off, so the coaster itself has officially been topped off because the yellow side apparently is the tallest or a shared tallest point on the coaster. So this is fantastic news, the fact that both sides have been topped off in 24 hours time, mind you, which is amazing in itself. But they have been working non-stop because that's not the only thing. An entire barrier wall around what would seem to be potentially the extended queue section has gone up and is pretty much complete with its basic construction. You can see them piling at least a good 10 feet high, which is incredible to even think about, that they got that entire retaining wall done in less than a day. And also you can see that the paint has been finished up on that shop as well. But there was so much work going on that John ended up riding Jetstream 3 times just to catch everything from up top of Jetstream. But it is looking absolutely gorgeous. Everything filled out and nearly complete. And just to let you know, all of the track work has not been done. I know a couple people are reporting that the track work is done. That is not the case. There are still a couple pieces for the brake runs that will lead into the station, but we have to wait until the station goes vertical for those pieces to be inserted. So the track is not actually completely finished as of yet, but it is very, very incredibly close to being that way. So I just thought I'd clear the air on that because I've seen a couple posts all around in different social medias saying that the track work is done. That is just not the case. Here's a great shot, though, at the retaining wall all around what we believe to be the extended queue. We're not entirely sure, but that's the only thing that would be right there. And also, it is wide enough to fit that, it would seem. So it's interesting to see what they're going to end up doing with that. Originally, we thought it was just going to be a canopy like it's shown in the animation. But as of now, we're not entirely sure what is going on with the extended queue as of right now. But another huge development was the fact that this fence that was literally nothing a day ago has appeared in between the preview center and the exit for Jetstream, which is looking amazing. It's kind of got an old wooden look to it, and I'm sure they will end up staining or painting the wood in the next couple days to blend in a little better with the theme. But everything is looking incredible, and I can't wait to experience it myself in a couple days' time. But one major thing that I want to talk about as well is the fact that they were laying down gravel. They are preparing the ground for asphalt, which is incredible. We will be walking across asphalt inside the land to add to that theming element, and it should be incredible to be able to do that. It might get a little hot in some days, but then again, that is just asphalt in itself being just one of those materials that ends up being a little hotter than most. But you can also see some more electrical work going on, as well as the cinder blocks being pretty much completely walled around that area. It is looking incredible so far. There was even some more boring today, potentially for some other foundations, kind of far away from everything that we've seen so far though. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. But the inversions are looking amazing. The entire coaster is looking amazing, and the land is as well. There's still a lot of rebar hanging around underneath that ending turnaround section, but that will be definitely going into the ground for the station area, it would seem. So hopefully we'll see those in the ground very, very soon. And here's just an up close look at the wall next to the preview center. I'm sure they will end up painting it, but it's awesome that they actually have a finalized wall there now. I think it's a great touch. It really breaks the area in two, which is a great thing. So I can't wait to actually be able to walk through the land itself. But I am wondering if they're going to extend this wall in the way that it's shown here. It's an interesting way to do it. They're going to do it around those smaller fences, it would seem, and still have that area for that planter. But as of right now, that planter is just dirt, so we'll end up seeing what they do with that a little later on. Maybe they'll make it a photo spot or potentially something along those lines. It'll be really interesting to see what they do there. But just to wrap this update up, you can also see that Green Lantern is in the beginning stages of being disassembled, and that is even more evident that the fact that the chain for the coaster has been taken out as of today. So I don't think Green Lantern will be staying at Magic Mountain for any longer than maybe another month or two's time. But we will actually end up probably finding out where it might go tomorrow morning with the Six Flags announcements. But if we don't see it there, well, then maybe it is just going back into Intamin to get some reworking done and then sent back to the park. But I'm kind of doubting that as of right now, but we'll just have to wait until the morning comes. And along with the morning, we'll bring all new Six Flags announcements for every park, and I cannot wait to see everything that comes to each and every Six Flags park. It should be an amazing year for 2020. But I just want to say a huge thank you for watching all of the progress with this coaster. We are really in the home stretch now. And I want to say a huge thank you to John for getting us this footage. Make sure to show John some love down in the comments below if you could. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. But I will be at the park in the next coming days, so make sure to look out for a new update by the end of this weekend. And speaking of the weekend, I hope you all have an amazing Labor Day weekend and are able to visit a park of your choosing without too many crowds. But again, I just want to say thank you for watching. But make sure to subscribe if you haven't, because we're going to have tons of West Coast Racers updates until the ride itself is open. But until next time, we'll see you on the next ride.